So we're going to work on a little weeding extent, which can be in a repetitive activity. I recommend that you break this up with things maybe where you're standing, things where you're sitting, things where your hands and knees. And right now what we're going to show is Christina is going to hip hinge at her hips, sit back on her ankles, using her nice hip hinge and not bending her back. We want to, biggest thing that's a problem for people's backs in gardening is they tend to slump and round their shoulders. Their head comes forward, and our line of support, bring your head back, Christina, is the back of our head, our shoulders, and our sacrum. No matter what position, we want to keep the spine as straight as we can. So Christina's going to show you sitting back on your ankles. You're stretching your ankles, your knees a little bit. She's going to come in and do a little weeding in the bed here, and she's staying hip hinged. She's using her left hand to support her body, which will support your spine. Putting your hand on a stool, on an egg crate or something, not an egg crate, but a milk crate next to you, anything that helps you to support your body while you're forward like this can really help you to stay in this position a little longer. Another option, if your knees won't take this position, is she's going to take her left knee forward, and she's going to be in a half kneeling position. So now her weight is on her right knee. She's going to use her left knee hip hinge, and you can see why it was so important to warm up, because she's now stretching her hips as she works, keeping her nice neutral spine, drawn chin in, back straight. She's keeping her work right in front of her rather than, and Christina, if you want to show, people tend to stay where they are and then they start twisting to the side. We're going to move this a second, and they just stay where they are because they figure the pad is there. So if you can move your pad over to get to your work and avoid twisting, have something right here for you to load up to put your weeds, and if you're pruning, so that you're not having to twist as you work. Great, she's doing a great job in there. Then she could also go into hands and knees and kneeling. So she could go on all fours and be comfortable and work into the bed. Again, we need to change our body up. Repetitive motions can be very hard on our shoulders, our elbows, wrists, knees, and even back. So 15, 20 minutes may be enough at one activity. Then we just get up, stretch, move around, and do another activity. Great job, Christina. Some people can't be on their knees at all. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to get our little stool. You can get a lawn buddy or a stool or that milk crate, and you can put that down, and you're going to do what's called a passive squat. So in this position, she's maintaining her hip hinge. She's got her legs spread apart so she can hinge through. It actually stretches out your hips. So it's a great way to extend your work in gardening. And just as we showed before, we're going to move our chair as we need to and not twist as we work. Perfect. Great job, Christina.